Hello, thanks for joining me again. Today's video I've got something a little bit I think is exciting and I find interesting, and hopefully if you've clicked on this video, you've read the thumbnail, you find it exciting and interesting as well. I've got a 20-gallon aquarium that is in absolute deplorable state. It's been kind of my catch-all tank. Just anytime I pull something out of a tank, it would go in that one. And as a result, it's also overgrown with giant duckweed, just standard duckweed, and some frog bed. And as a result, it's really in a poor state of affairs, really. So my plan is to actually go ahead and properly aquascape it. Now I say properly aquascape it to the best of my abilities. I've got 3 different varieties of plants we're going to use. I do apologize, I don't really know the scientific names of them. I'll explain a little bit more about that in the video a little further along. But the first step we got to take is I got to break it down. So without rambling any further, let's go ahead and get over there and get to it. Okay, and so through the magic of editing, here we are with an empty tank. It's not spotless because I'm not going for perfect here. I want a little bit of the old bacteria that was in it when I tore it down to still be in here. So what we're going to use is we're going to use some Floramax. This is by Carib Sea. It's a new product. I'm going to try something different. Just because it's much cheaper than the alternative, so we're going to try that and see how that works. The plants we have picked out is some repens, which is a short little plant. I can't pronounce that scientific name. And then we've got some cardinals, which is supposed to be a tall plant, and then I've got another thing of cryptocoryum. Actually, I've got 1 cryptocoryum and 2 of the other 2. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and pour some of this in here. I usually overdo it with the substrate just a little bit, simply because I like to give my plants a pretty good base to grow on. Or grow in, I should say. So. So next what we're going to want to do is take our plants. Now these are tissue cultures. They're growing in agar. And what we're going to want to do is take them out of the little bags they're in. So I want to start with the cardinals because they're going to be our background plant. So we're going to take and cut these out of here. Now what I've got in that dish is just some regular old water and this agar. And what we're going to do is take this out of this little pouch, plop it right in that water. And then let that soak for a few minutes. And then what I will do is take this over there to the sink and then wash them off. And get as much of that agar off of there as possible. And separate those out as much as possible. The more separation you can get of the plants, the better they will acclimate to their new environment, the better they'll actually take root and start to grow. I think I'm going to add a little bit more, if I'm honest. Just a little bit, not much. our handy dandy little toolkit. Take out our little thing here, spade, spatula, whatever you want to call it. We will go ahead and start spreading it out. I know what some of you are probably saying, Spencer, that's way too much. You know what? You're probably right. But here's the thing, is this is not something that that I plan on having to rescape anytime soon. This is something that I'm going to set up, I'm going to let it run for just as long as I possibly can. So I want the plants to have the maximum amount of room for their roots as possible. Not only that, I like there to be enough substrate simply for the trumpet snails that I put in here. I give them plenty of room to dig in. That if I decide to put any sort of burrowing critters in here, you know, I want to give them enough room. But for all intents and purposes, you're right, this is too much. But I prefer to have too much versus not enough. So, man, that's gonna be heavy. I'm gonna take some water here. We're going to spray this. And I recommend buying a good sprayer, not a cheap one, like I did. Okay, so what I've done thus far is we've got the substrate in. I filled up enough water to bring it up about, I don't know, a part of the way here, get this a little bit moist. And then I've also got a spray bottle, Got a spray bottle here with some water in it, so as we're planting, we'll keep them moist so they don't dry out. And, alright. So I just had another idea. I think what I'm going to do is I want like a little spot in the middle, not in the center, but towards the front, circle of white sand, just to, if I put any shrimp in here, you know, have them somewhere to where I can feed them, where they can all congregate so you can see them. So let's do that. Okay, and then we'll take and spray this down. Sprayer. I'm gonna get mad at this thing. Okay, so now we need to go through here and separate these. We really, like I said, the more separate you can get them, the better off you will be, the better they will grow. Okay, now that we've done that, let me bring you a little closer, try to get you a better vantage point here. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our little plants here, and as you can see, this is gonna be the front of the tank with our little area here. And I'm gonna take these, lay them in here. We're gonna take our little bent tweezers. We're gonna go along the back here, grab them by the roots. We're just gonna stick them in. a lot of work. Again, I can't stress this enough, is I'm not an expert at any of this. I don't make money doing this. This is just simply a hobby for me. So if there's anything that you saw that I could have done better, if there's anything that you saw that I did wrong, please feel free to let me know. The only way really we learn is when we make mistakes, and we learn from those mistakes. But the only way we can learn from those mistakes is the people around us point them out. If you found this interesting and you'd like to see more of it, please leave a comment down below. Hit that notification bell so that at least you can get the notifications when I upload a new video. And as always, have a good one, and I will see you in the next one.